Good morning, everyone. I seen y'all in chat, so I was like, I'm gonna go live. Looks like Shug was first in the chat this morning. Hey, Lucy Love, Jamie, Southern Mom, be safe, don't text and drive, girl. Jamie, cement shoes. If they let Scott Peterson out of prison, they better let Joe Exotic out too. Exactly. Cement shoes. Let me see if I can catch up to the chat. Okay, I started to say on my StreamYard's screen, it showed nobody was in here. But on my phone, it was showing everybody's comments. I heard something outside. That daggone goat better not be out. I thought I fixed the fence yesterday so she couldn't get out again. Well, they're going to hear Scott Peterson's appeal today. We're going to talk about that. I got a couple good articles found and some fast facts about his trial pulled up. Hey, Mandy. Welcome. I'm going to put your comment up on the screen so I can see your picture. I thought that was a cat. Oh, that is so cool. Your cat looks like an Oreo. Hey, Shannon. It's good to see you. I miss you coming into the chat every morning, by the way. The riots hit here hard. In Oklahoma, Shug? Is that what you was trying to say? Well, I seen that an officer was shot outside of a Las Vegas casino. And then I saw something about 4 officers shot in Chicago. Pretty sure it said shot. It was on HLN. I was listening to it when I was in the kitchen. Lady, excuse you. Hey, Remy, the protest going on downtown, not near me, thank God. Yeah, there's no protests here. There was some down like in Sullivan County, Tennessee, thinking in Bristol, up in Roanoke, but none here in my area. Hey, Sweet Wheat. They're downtown a mile from my house. Well, lock your doors, Shook. There was a little girl. I read y'all the article yesterday, if y'all remember. She was snatched out of her yard, autistic child, violently raped by someone, and they're looking for it. But I think there were some protests going on. Brooks Channel, Red Ram. Hey, welcome to Southern Charm, Michelle P. Thank you. I just posted a shout-out video this morning. Ginger Lock's mom, her parents' neighborhood had looters come. Oh, really? Thank you, Michelle, again. I was going to do a members stream yesterday, but Annabelle, my goat, got out, and then she stayed over here for a long time. Mark was weed eating outside and all this and that, and I was so tired and in so much pain with my legs. So I was like, I just don't feel like doing it, but I'll try to do one this evening. Yeah, violently raped. And ever who this man is, he had a child with him. Now, I think this was near a college. It said he had about an 8 to 10-year-old child. If y'all remind me before I end my stream, I'll pull it back up again. I was looking this morning to see if there was any updates on that, and I didn't see any. I'm going to keep an eye on that because everybody who did that needs to be found and sent to prison for the rest of their life. But the little girl, she fought back. They think that she bit his hand, so he would have a bite mark. Well, I'm thinking she must be verbal, Remy, because she gave a description. But they may have had some kind of footage or something. They were asking the public to review their surveillance footage and submit it to the police, if they find anything. I think it was Bluefield, West Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. And we're going to talk about Joe Exotic this morning. And then we're going to talk about Scott Peterson a little bit. And then I saw that there was a missing child from Waco, Texas. I want to read that and pull up that picture. I just glanced at it, so I don't know all the details. I just know it's a really, really cute kid, and they were snatched from a park in Waco, Texas. And it's a toddler. Someone has to have Ring doorbell cam. Yeah. Speaking of footage, I saw something about Barry Morphew this morning. Someone secretly recorded him, a YouTuber. I was watching it on Plunder, but I didn't get to really listen to it because I was doing other things when I was listening, and that never works out for me. But that was interesting. Barry Morphew seemed to insinuate like a mountain lion may have drug Suzanne off. Well, honey, that would leave a trail. If a mountain lion drug her off to eat her, that would leave a trail. Leave a trail of blood. It'd leave some kind of path where the body was. Oh my gosh. That don't even make sense. But I want to talk about Joe Exotic. I'm getting off topic. Carole Baskin has his zoo now. She's going to be taking control of Joe Exotic's zoo that Jeff Lowe claims to be the owner of now. The court gave it to her because when Joe transferred the title to Jeff Lowe, it wasn't done legally. And Carole had won that, remember, she won a lawsuit against Joe Exotic because he used her logo and stuff like that. She won a $1 million lawsuit. So that zoo is hers. God, she's a greedy, greedy woman, which I don't like Jeff Lowe anyways. But I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I don't think he's as bad as Carole Baskin. Carole Baskin just tries to hide it better. That she's a con and maybe even a murderer. Let's not forget about her husband that's missing. Vanished off the face of this earth, Don Lewis. Okay, I've not been looking at the chat, so I'm going to glance down. Faithful One. Shine on mountain lions. Oh my God, should stuck to tigers. That's Carole. Yeah, shine on. Brooks channel. Carole Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. That TikTok makes me laugh so hard. Oh, I've not seen that one. I've got TikTok though. Yeah, I got my goat on TikTok, yeah. If anybody wants a link, I'll give it to you. I definitely think she got rid of her husband. He was getting ready to divorce her, yeah. She may think that she has won the battle with Joe Exotic, but the battle is not over. She forgets about her missing husband. How could she forget about this? She acts like she is a hero for cats. If you start researching her, you find all kinds of shady dealings she has done with those cats. I did. I can find it, anybody can. Because I'm not the greatest at researching. I try. But it was really easy to pull up. She got this one cat. I think his name is Shakan. I think that's how you pronounce it. Shurkan, something like that. She acted like he was rescued and he had all this stuff wrong with him, needed all this medical stuff, raised all kinds of money. And she had told everybody something about his legs. Then you see a video, and that tiger cub is healthy, bouncing around in a swimming pool. And she did not rescue him. He was born at the rescue. She's a liar. She's a liar and a con. She makes a killing off these cats. People donating. One video, she was bragging about her Facebook, how much, she made. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was like $24,000 of Facebook. She's worth about $13 million, and her sanctuary sucks. It's not a sanctuary. Jermaine. Hey, hun. Good morning. Let me see what y'all are saying. Brooks Channel. I'll get you the link to the TikTok in just a second. Don't let me forget. Remy may have won the battle, but not the war. Exactly. April. Hey, she says, wait, what? Yeah, Carole Baskin has Jeff Lowe's got to vacate, y'all. We're going to read the article so y'all know all the details about this. She is clearly off, to say the least. Did y'all see the video where those YouTubers pranked her? And she thought she was going to be on the Jimmy Fallon show. Well, in one part of it, she's like, wait. And she has to go get that big flower headband and put on her head. But before she does that, she flips her hair over her head. She's adjusting her hair. Then she puts that big flower headband on. That thing is huge. It's not cute because it's too big. I think she's on something. I can't be for sure, but she just acts like she's in slow motion all the time. Hey, Brian, how are you? Hey, Julie. Y'all know I've been running my mouth, so I've not seen the chat for a sec. Remy, you got to get TikTok. That's one thing I can't stand is people who tell lies. I know it. This woman is crazy. She makes these tigers stick their head through this little cage thing to eat. That totally makes no sense to me. How would she stick her head through that and eat? She's got a thing for bobcats too. She really likes bobcats. All those cats belong in the wild. Unless it's a zoo, like the Bronx Zoo. They teach, a lot of the zoos do, though, conservation. I watch the Bronx Zoo on Animal Planet all the time. They really know how to treat their animals. They try to mimic their habitat the best they can. These people that got these roadside zoos, it's the truth. They're exploiting those animals. There is more tigers, and I believe it said in Texas, than there is in the wild. Isn't that crazy? She's past batshit crazy. Yeah, there's pictures of Carole Baskin's husband with the leash on, a collar and a leash on, and a little Tarzan outfit. I'm sorry. And he's like kneeling down on the ground and she's standing up beside of him holding that leash. Like she's got problems. I can just see her in my mind, like going crazy, like a scene from Psycho when Norman Bates is dressed up as his mom, that butcher knife. I could see her doing that. Brooke, you've never seen it? Oh my gosh, I got to show you this. Let me find it on Google. Oh, poor Harold. I don't know what's wrong with that man. He's got a law degree, but he's got no common sense. I'm just going to look at Carole Baskin on leash. Let me see if it pulls it up that way. Oh, yeah, right here it is. Hold on a minute, guys. I'll screen share it. I wish it'd make it bigger. Okay, there's a good one. This is crazy. What a bunch of weirdos. They say that Carole, she tells this story of how she met Don Lewis, her husband that vanished off the face of this earth, of getting in a fight with her husband, running out of the house. Don so happened to be driving down the road, and he stops and wants her to get in the car and go riding around, talk to him. He's a complete stranger. And he's like, tells Carole, according to her, you can hold this gun on me. Just get in the car and ride around with me, right? So she says they did that all night. She held the gun on him because he was a stranger. Who believes that story? I heard she was really a prostitute, which each their own, if that's what floats her boat. But yeah, that's what I heard. And he was her John. That's probably the correct story. But anyways, there is Carole and Harold. These were her wedding photos. Yes, but who does that? Who does that? Brooks Judo, I just spit my drink out. That claim is such a crock. I heard her say that out of her own mouth on one of her YouTube videos because I snoop. I'm subscribed to her channel because I keep an eye on her. Here lately, I've not been keeping an eye on her videos because she's just so freaking boring. Thank God. She puts every word she says in most of her videos in the description. And I go read it most of the time. I can't hardly watch her videos. I mean, you got to speed them up real fast. Have earbuds in. She's Julie says that's not normal. I agree. Harold didn't hold no gun on her. No, they met at some kind of probably fundraiser. I think it was a fundraiser. Something to do with big cats. I'm going to give y'all an expression right now. My granny says she wouldn't have had a pot to piss in if it hadn't have been for Don Lewis. And that's the truth. She ended up with everything he had. His kids only got 10%. He was worth millions. She ended up with everything. He was getting ready to divorce her. She wasn't going to get anything. I think she got rid of him. And I think she forged, it was proven, well, a handwriting expert said the will was forged. If they can prove that, they can take that money from her. Because if it's a forged will, she never should have had it to begin with, you know? I'd love to see her fall off her throne because she really is a bad person. She acts like she's a good person. She's really not. Her sanctuary sucks. This woman's worth millions. Her sanctuary looks like something that's run down. No crap. I was very shocked. I figured she had like a really badass sanctuary, cool enclosures and stuff. No, she just lets the weeds grow up and looks like crap. Instead of trying to fix it up with some of those big tropical flowers. I mean, crap, she lives in Florida. Making them some cool ponds out of rocks and stuff, a rock pond. She don't try to do crap. They can get into the lake a little bit. It's like fenced off, little square section. Some of them. I've looked into her quite a bit, and she's just crooked as hell. No crap. Before I even watched the Netflix docu-series, Tiger King, I had been looking her up, and I had come to the conclusion that she was shady and probably had something to do with her husband's disappearance. I watched old news clips about her and when she done interviews and stuff. Then I watched Tiger King and I was like, yeah. Guilty. I don't know if they'll ever be able to prove it though, guys. It's been a long time since he disappeared. Now we need to talk about Scott Peterson here in a sec. April supposedly signed it over to the other guy. Oh, yeah, we need to read that. We're going to read exactly what it says. I forgot, guys. I was going to move on to the next topic. Scott Peterson. Okay. It says, Carole Baskin granted control of Joe Exotic's former zoo as Jeff Lowe has 120 days to vacate the property. Joseph Maldonado Passage, a.k.a. Joe Exotic, was found guilty last year of paying a hitman $3,000 to kill the Big Cat Rescue founder. Don is the original founder. Okay. Carole Baskin will soon take control of the zoo formerly operated by Joseph Maldonado Passage, better known as the center of the Netflix docuseries Tiger King, Joe Exotic. The GW Exotic Animal Memorial Park in Wynnewood, Oklahoma, has been under the control of Jeff Lowe in recent years, but is now being handed over to Carole Baskin, the very woman who Joe was convicted of plotting to kill. Carole and her Big Cat Rescue Corporation have been granted control of the Oklahoma Zoo property by a judge who found that the property was fraudulently transferred to Joseph Passage's mother years ago. Jeff Lowe has 120 days to vacate the premises, including all of his animals currently residing there, according to a copy of the ruling published by the Courthouse News Service. A rep for Jeff Lowe, a rep for Big Cat Rescue, and Joe Exotic's public defender didn't respond to requests for comment, it says. The ruling Monday marks yet another twist in the complicated world of big cats kept in the United States, captured in the Netflix docuseries Tiger King. Okay, so the director, Eric Good, told Entertainment Weekly in March that the zoo under Jeff Lowe's leadership was still open, but basically operating on fumes. Yeah, because he has no money. He's a broke ass. No one is going now, and there's no source of income, and that's been going on for a long time. Good said. It's not something that has just happened because of what's happening in the world today. So it just says in the complaint filed in February 2006, Big Cat Rescue sued Joe Exotic's mom, Shirley, alleging that the transfer of the Oklahoma Zoo was fraudulent. Okay, and Joe's mom later admitted under oath that the zoo was transferred to her by Joe Maldonado to remove it from the reach of creditors, including Big Cat Rescue. Should Big Cat Rescue win its Florida lawsuit, the complaint said. Oh, no. So they probably tricked her. You know how lawyers are. They probably tricked her into admitting that under oath. So basically, yeah, they're all con artists. Everyone that's involved in this. Poor Joe's mom just got caught up in it because of her son, you know. That's what happens. That's what happens when you do things illegally. Jeff Lowe should have known that. He acts like he's some rich guy, tough guy. But the zoo's going under. Now he's being evicted. She just went through with all that because she knew it would kill Joe Exotic if she ended up with the zoo. Bad enough Jeff Lowe ended up with it, but now Carole Baskin's got his zoo. I bet he's mad as hell. Somebody needs to investigate all these animals Carole's got. Now she's going to get more. Well, it said that he had to get out, Jamie, Jeff Lowe, and take the animals he's got with him. That's the way I read it. Let me go back and read that part again, just glance at it. I'm pretty sure it said that he had 120 days. Okay. Lowe has 120 days to vacate the premises, including all of his animals currently residing there. So, yeah, he's got to take the animals with him. He'll probably end up selling them all. Jeff Lowe has loved being in the spotlight because of this documentary. Now he's falling off his throne. He has no money. He acts like he's a rich guy, tough guy. He's nothing but a con man. They got Joe in jail. You know what? And the rest of them are criminals too. They need to be in jail too. I think Jeff Lowe set Joe Exotic up. Joe's done a lot of shady crap too, and illegal crap. But I think the murder for hire crap, Jeff Lowe egged that on. to get Joe out of the picture. That's why he contacted Carole Baskin. They set all that up to get Joe sent to prison. That's my opinion. But like I say, Joe's no angel. He's no saint. None of them are. But I do think he got railroaded on that charge right there. Murder for hire. He absolutely did. Yeah, he admitted. He admitted in an interview. I saw that, April, too. He's like, did I ag him on a little bit in the phone conversations? And he's like, yeah, I did. I was trying to get it out of him. Well, you can't do that. When these cops go undercover and they record people, when they're trying to do these murder for hires, they don't try to talk them into doing it. They'll say, you sure you want to go through with this? They don't ag them on into it and try to talk them on into it. That should have never stood up in court. Wasn't Jeff and the criminal friend of his building the zoo? Isn't that how it ended? Yeah, it ended like that, but those guys fell out. Jeff fell out with that guy too. I can't think of his name right off the bat. Karma has come for Jeff. Exactly, Mary. Karma's a bitch, and karma's gonna come for Carole. You get what you put. You get back what you put out into this universe. If she had something to do with Don's disappearance, she done something to him, she's going to get it one day. She'll get paid back for it. Karma's going to catch up to her. So she better be prepared. So we're going to talk about Scott Peterson next here. I added this article to my home screen so I could find it real easy. Right here it is. I hear my rooster outside. Okay, so they're hearing Scott Peterson's appeal for a new trial today in the California Supreme Court. Now, I can read y'all this article, or I can let y'all listen to it. I've never seen an article like this. It's by the Modesto Bee. It's pretty cool. You can listen to it. Let me turn up. Let me get off my YouTube. Let me turn up the media. And we're going to listen. I can only see the top chat right now, by the way.
Just a quick word from our sponsor.
Let me turn it down till it gets past the ad. It's a lot easier than me reading it and getting the words wrong.
Scott Peterson's appeal for new trial to be heard by California Supreme Court. More than 15 years after he was found guilty in the murder of his wife and their unborn son, in a case that brought international notoriety to Modesto, Scott Peterson's attorneys will get to make the case that his conviction and/or death penalty should be reversed and he should get a new trial. Peterson's legal team will argue on his behalf Tuesday before the California Supreme Court. The state attorney general's office will counter those arguments. The oral arguments will be conducted by video conference because of the new coronavirus pandemic, though some of the justices may be in the courtroom. The argument can be viewed at www.courts.ca.gov/35333.htm. The oral arguments are scheduled for the afternoon session, which starts at 1:30 p.m. Peterson, 47, who is at San Quentin State Prison, will not attend, which is standard in these appeals of a death sentence. Peterson is represented by noted appellate attorney Cliff Gardner and his law firm. Peterson's legal team argues in a brief filed in 2012 that his conviction and death sentence should be overturned because he did not receive a fair trial. Those reasons, according to the brief, include the judge's failure to move the trial a second time despite massive pretrial publicity that portrayed Peterson as guilty, The judge dismissing potential jurors opposed to the death penalty without determining whether they could put that aside and follow the law, and allowing the prosecution to present questionable and suspect evidence. That includes allowing a dog handler to testify about the results of her dogs tracking the scent of Peterson's wife, Lacey, despite a lack of scientific basis for that evidence and the dog's abysmal record. A letter filed with the court from the Attorney General's office states it expects the focus of Tuesday's hearing to be on the trial judge's decisions to dismiss potential jurors from the trial and not to move the trial a second time. The trial was moved about 90 miles from Modesto to Redwood City because of the overwhelming pretrial publicity here. But defense attorneys argued that was not sufficient. Nearly all of the prospective jurors in San Mateo County knew about the case, and nearly half already had decided Peterson was guilty based on questionnaires they filled out, according to court records filed by his legal team, and the judge refused to move the trial to Los Angeles County, which among California's counties had the lowest rate of people who had already prejudged the case. Lacey's and Connor's remains found along Bay. Lacey Peterson was about 8 months pregnant with the Peterson son Connor when she disappeared on Christmas Eve 2002. Peterson said he had gone fishing that day in the San Francisco Bay and returned to an empty home. The remains of Lacey and Connor eventually were found less than a mile apart along the shore of the San Francisco Bay, less than 2 miles from where Peterson said he fished. The Peterson case, already attracting national attention, gained more intrigue when Amber Frey came forward. Frey was having a relationship with Peterson, who she said had told her he was not married. She worked with police to record hours of phone conversations and served as a star witness for the prosecution. The saga has generated made-for-TV movies, books, and countless headlines and hours upon hours of cable commentary. A jury convicted Peterson of murder in November 2004 and then sentenced him to death the next month. Besides this automatic appeal of his death sentence, Peterson has what is called a petition for habeas corpus pending with the court. Unlike the automatic appeal, which focuses on alleged errors made by the trial judge, the petition can introduce new evidence to show the conviction or sentence was wrong. Peterson also has remedies he can pursue through the federal courts. Peterson's appeal comes as Governor Gavin Newsom put in place a moratorium on the death penalty in March 2019, suspending all executions while he is governor. But California's last execution was in 2006, and only the state's voters can abolish the death penalty.
I think that's the end of it. I can't believe it read that whole article. That is crazy. So, yeah, I don't know where they could have moved his trial to. I mean, everybody in the nation knew about it. People all over the world. It's hard to find an impartial jury like that. Okay. Turn back down my media. Back to the chat. Now, the dog evidence was interesting to me. I didn't know about that. So I think the dog had been wrong before. It's missing some kind of certification. I'm not sure. But hardly ever is a dog's nose wrong. Especially those tracking dogs. I think they're just looking for any little thing. I mean, it is possible that he's just a scumbag and maybe he didn't murder her. Maybe someone grabbed her. They said there'd been break-ins in the neighborhood. I'm a what-if person, y'all. I don't know why I have a feeling he will walk. I don't believe he's innocent, but he has a long time to work on his case, hasn't he? Yes, I can't believe it's been that long. Actually, it seems like it's been longer. Kinda. No one grabbed her. He was a what? Emily. I highly doubt it. So, according to the prosecution, this is what I got from it. He killed Lacey. He put her in the back of the truck. Right? What don't make sense to me is they said he went to his warehouse, went in, parked in the front. If he killed her, her body would have been in the back of the truck, right? Wrapped up, I guess. Went inside and sent emails. You would think if he had a body in the back of his truck, he'd be worried somebody might see it. And then someone was online in the Peterson home looking at umbrellas, sunflower umbrellas. Lacey Peterson liked sunflowers. Now it is possible Scott did that. I think that's what the prosecution thought, that he did it. But the defense claims, hey, that proves that Lacey was alive when Scott left. Lacey loved sunflowers. Yeah, she had a sunflower tattoo. Yeah, her body's found 2 miles. See, I didn't know that till this morning, exactly how far it was. 2 miles from where he went fishing. Coincidence? Detective Kincaid on ID channel says there's no coincidences. I really hope that Barry Morphew hasn't pulled this, with Suzanne. I'm hoping and praying that man is not involved in his wife's disappearance. It's going to make it a lot worse on the daughters. It's already bad enough their mom gone. But just imagine if they find out he did something to her. So I had some fast facts about right here. I was going to see what all it said. But, I was thinking if he did have her in the back of the truck, I don't know all the details, but he could have had her wrapped up to where so good that he wasn't worried that nobody would see her while he was parked his vehicle there to go in the warehouse. Okay, it's just really not saying nothing about no evidence. It's just talking about what the timeline of the trial. Amber Fry. I'm not a big fan of Amber Fry. I don't know why. I just never cared for her. I guess she was a victim if she didn't know, he was married. Allegedly told her his wife passed away. See, that looks really bad on him. That makes him look guilty right there. Then at Lacey's vigil, he called Amber and acted like he was in Paris. What a scumbag. Whether he's guilty of murder or not, he's a scumbag. He wasn't worried about being caught. Even he got pulled over. He was well known in the community. At least Amber did what's right. Unlike some mistresses. Yeah, April, good point. Unlike Nicole Kessinger. Yeah, he was trying to flee. Hey, Charlie Girl says. Lucy Lib, I never cared for Amber Fry either. Yeah, something about her. Julie, he's insane. Yeah, he probably is. See, I was young when all this happened. I watched it on the news, didn't follow it closely. I was actually married then when this went on, really young, and being abused by my husband. So, it's lucky I didn't end up in a river or something. Amber said she never watched TV. I find that hard to believe. She's made quite a bit of money off Lacey and Connor's murder. Her affair with Scott. Yeah, I never did care for her. There's something about her. She seems like she's not, she's a little slow catching on. Hey, Gingerlock's mom. How are you? Brooks, that's what I was thinking. There had to be some kind of red flags, when a married man's sneaking around. You can tell if you meet someone and they're married and they always got to go or going outside to make phone calls. She's a little slow catching on. Thank you, Lucy Love. Morning, Carolina girl. Leave it to Bieber. She's trash. Yeah. Nicole Kessinger, when Shanann and the girls was killed, she was looking up Amber Fry on Google, book deals and stuff. Hey, Molly. How are you? Brooks, I'm just the type that sees through people. It's like I have x-ray vision when they lie, especially a man. Me too, Brooke. You can tell. I'm good, Molly. I hope you're doing well. I think I'm subscribed to your channel, Molly. I'm all right. I was live with Pam and Rick. It was fun. Oh, from Shoot the Shit on the Porch, that channel. Yeah, I watched them. Oh, is this account new? Now on YouTube, when someone's in the chat, you can't click on their picture and go to their channel. They changed it. At least I can on my phone. What else was I going to say about Scott Peterson? His mom passed away a few years back. She never did believe her son was guilty, of course. It would be hard to have a child grow up, be accused of murdering their family. You wouldn't want to believe it, I don't guess. Be hard to be in that situation. Trolls, Molly. Yeah, people can be mean. They don't really understand that. People must not have a conscience. Just because somebody might not know you and you might not have your picture on there, don't you feel bad about leaving mean comments? So I don't understand people do that. Uh-oh, hear my little beagle up. The queen has arisen. She's the biggest diva, the biggest drama queen I've ever met in my life. That beagle is something else. Plus, North Korea was looking at wedding dresses. Yeah, and let's not forget, she looked up Shanann Watts a year before the murders. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me talk to my dog a sec. Come on. She must be wanting to go outside. My dog's perked up when they heard her. She's a drama queen. Haley, I tell you, if she's outside and she wants in, the first whimper she makes, if you don't open that door, she starts howling and going on. It's really, really dramatic. She has always done that since she was a puppy. She's always whined and been like really dramatic, but she's a really sensitive dog too. She's scared of everything, anything that's loud. She don't even like the wind when it blows hard. She's very peculiar. And looking up how long cops can trace texts, why worry about cops unless you know already? You should worry. I know. I don't know. A lot of people think that she was at the house when he murdered Shanann. I don't really think that. But I think she put something in his head. I've always felt that way. Something happened. It's like he met her and was under some kind of freaking love spell. He fell head over heels in love. Now, I don't think Scott Peterson was in love with Amber Fry. Scott Peterson, he had cheated on Lacey before. I do know that. I think before they got married. Lady, quit. I'm going to have to go, guys. I'm hearing noise outside. My dogs are getting worked up. And that goat may be out. Lady, stop. Please, don't be so dramatic. Okay, good girl. You think she had her eye on Chris for some time? I do too. I do too. I never could figure out why was she looking up Shanann a year before the murders. Unless her and Chris were messing around. A lot longer than what they claim. I believe she was at the site to hide the bodies the morning of the murders. Is the only time she didn't call him yet. Is she called her friend Jim at 6:11 a.m. and it pinged near Chris Watts. Yeah, I have heard that. She could have been at the site where he allegedly killed the girls and where he buried Shanann. You know, he said he murdered the girls at the oil site, but why should we believe anything that he says? He's a liar. He's lied before. Tried to blame Shanann for murdering the girls. They was flirting around for about a year. She was a stalker who got her prey to actually date her. I can believe that. I mean, she was nothing special. Shanann was a lot prettier than her. A lot more classy. I don't get it. She's a freak in the bedroom, and I think Chris hadn't had many women. And, you know, he fell in love because she was a freak in the bedroom. That's what I think. He'd only had like a couple girlfriends in his life. Who will believe him? Yeah, he could be lying. He could, in his second confession, he could have lied. Lust, not love. Yes. Quit, lady. Okay, guys, I'm going to get off here and go see what's going on outside. There's some noise going on. I don't know if it's down below me. I don't know if my goat has gotten out. But I'm going to have to jump off here. Thank you all for chatting. Thank you, Michelle, for joining the channel membership earlier. Appreciate that. Appreciate you all. Have a good day. If there's any kind of updates, I'll put together a video and upload it. Love y'all. Be kind. Peace. I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all in the morning. Come on. I'm coming. Quit, lady. Let me mute.